All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to Devil's Advocate.
That's right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I like the energy.
Let's go.
We got Saucy Tez in the building, and we got Kahlil. How y'all doing, fellas?
Oh man, we is chilling. It's a beautiful day.
I'm definitely
beautiful night though.
It is nighttime.
It's night.
I had a long day though.
You got caught in that rain though?
No, I was in office.
That was the hardest rain for 5 minutes I've seen in my life. Bro.
Everything flooded,
bro. That was the worst rain I ever drove in my life,
bro.
Especially coming from Jersey.
Bro, but I ain't gonna hold. I'm childish, bro. I be hitting the puddles and shit. I do that shit all the time.
Hitting the puddle?
Yeah, bro. I have to.
I don't know. My car say service stability track though, so I don't be wanting to take that chance. If y'all don't know what service stability track mean or what it is, that shit mean it's just like your friction on your tires and shit like that. When that shit say service, that mean when your car sliding, it's not gonna catch itself. So being as though my car say that, I'll be cool. I'll be avoiding every fucking puddle.
This nigga a mechanic. Come on, bro.
He gonna hit a puddle in this.
No, I had to look it up because, bro, every car I get that for some reason I fuck up the stability track.
This nigga Googled it. What the fuck is wrong with this right here?
That's what everybody.
You been jamming your brakes too fucking hard. That's what it is.
Yo, that's crazy, man.
All right, so what is a broken home? Y'all definition of a broken home.
I want to hear somebody else's opinion.
Definite broken home is just you being raised in a home without one parent or without both parents, or either your parents divorced or one of them toxic or one of them deceased.
Oof, that's a rough.
Well, can they both be together and you still live in a broken home?
I feel like I experienced all of them.
Yeah,
I experienced all of them.
Did too.
My dad passed away when I was 13. But before then, they wasn't together.
Yeah, okay.
I would consider that a broken home.
Yeah.
I feel like parents can't because that's not a broken home if they're both still together. That's technically co-parenting. You know what I mean? I feel like that doesn't fall in the line of broken home because you still have this person and you have this person. You still kind of have those support systems like in the same ecosystem. But, when they're separate, that's broken. You know what I mean? You have one here and you have one here.
Yeah, you can still co-parent and still be a broken home.
True.
Yeah. I think my mom and dad was married. They still technically are married.
Only in the black only in the black family. Explain
that paperwork finished, bro.
Yeah, so I consider that a broken home too because I think around like 12 when my dad got booked and shit like that. After he came back out, he never technically live with us anymore.
Okay,
you get what I'm saying? But they still married though. Everybody that know them niggas know that they still married, and that's the funny thing about it though.
Explain your situation. You growing up. Man. Explain your broken home.
Well, I mean, I think the thing about me was like I had, a stepmom that was a mom, and then I had my my dad that was a dad, and then I had, my mom, and then my mom had the niggas that she was dealing with. So it's just like there was too many people that were trying to be like parents. You know what I mean? And it's like everybody's trying to be a parent, but nobody's a parent. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah. I
nigga, you would have laughed so bad.
No, come on. This nigga's so insecure.
His whole joint
is so insecure. He got nervous. He grabbed the drink and all that. Like, come on, bro.
Shit. That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, none of that.
No, he's a good communicator. We already discussed that the last time. So, he's a great listener, too.
Yeah. I know how to be serious though, like you know what I mean.
No.
But I did want to laugh at like I did wanted to say like how your dad only had one stepmom, but you said your mom had a bunch of niggas.
No.
You was being I seen the tear coming down, so I ain't saying nothing.
He said my mom had a nigga, right? But I guess he respectable like that. So that's why
I don't fuck with cuz, bro. But I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro.
Why he try to be your dad?
Fuck no. But when your mom fucking with a nigga, you always gotta call him Mister and shit.
No, you know what? That's crazy.
Yeah, you always gotta call a nigga Mister. No matter
I ain't had to call my stepdad shit.
No matter how much of a bitch
I had real sidebar. I had a stepdad long time ago.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna say the nigga name. Long time ago.
Beat him up.
It's not the nigga you talking about though. Before that, long time ago, like I was out on the, I was out in the hood or whatever the case may be. So I remember one day he caught me smoking. So the nigga walked up on me. The nigga thought he was Coach Carter or something. Like, nigga walked up on me like, brother, come here real fast. So I walked over to him, but the whole walk over to him, I'm like, if he talking about me smoking, I'm going to curse this nigga the fuck up.
I respect him for doing that.
He said, come on, brother. You know you ain't supposed to be doing this right here. I said, yo, you ain't my dad, bro.
You gotta be a dad.
Fuck, nigga,
bro.
But
he was trying to look out for you.
I think that's what growing up in a broken home get you at though too, because I think that if your home was a broken, right, I think that your parents be able to explain that to you. So any authority figure that speaks to you like that, know you doing something wrong, your response should never be like, nigga, you ain't my dad. That
could be a thing too, but I look at it more as like everybody go through that when they got a step parent.
Yeah,
especially, and that was like kind of fresh off my dad's death, so it was one of those Jones like, nigga, you ain't my dad. Yeah, so like one of those just rebel Jones, and then on top of that, my mom already knew I was smoking. So who the fuck is you?
Yeah,
one of those Jones. Like,
but I never dealt with step parents.
I always was curious, like, how does because I don't remember like my dad like having like a lot of women around when I was younger until I got maybe like of age, and then I'm like, oh, he's always like fucking with Jones. Like, what the hell? I think I'm.
How old was you? When he started exposing,
I was like a teenager, bro, because my dad was wilding out, bro. I think this is something further we could talk about, but I'm curious on.
Well, how many brothers and sisters you got?
13.
Damn.
Yeah, I got a twin brother. I got 13 brothers and sisters.
Now your dad said, "Fuck pull out, nigga."
My mom said, "Don't pull out."
Mom said, "Don't pull out." Yo, he dissing this shit out his mouth.
I ain't dissing my mom. My mom a real one, man. Yeah. I see my mom put hands on 3 Johns at once.
What happened at the
she beat their asses, bro.
That should have been a world star moment.
My mom a gangster.
That's the world star moment.
You know?
So what's the effects of like growing up in a broken home that you think I might have on people?
I mean,
matter of fact, what effects it had on y'all?
Well, I mean, for me personally, I think that when I was younger, I was a bully. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I used to bully a lot of people I used to hang with. You know what I mean? I was like, I took my frustration out on a lot of people because I was physically at the time like bigger than them, and I used to box too, so I was confident in my hands. So I never did too much like joking around or bussing. Like, even though my brothers and they funny as shit, like, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So like I can joke, nigga, I can buzz, but pause. But you get what I'm saying? But it's
bro, you ain't got to pause on this.
But
shit,
that was a crazy joke, bro. He had to pause.
Bro, listen. This is a mature platform. You ain't got to pause on this.
Crazy.
I hate pause. That's a side. But I really hate pause. It's so immature though. It make niggas scared to fucking talk.
It's funny as shit.
I don't think so, bro.
Like, bro, no, you'll say something and all the pause. Whoa,
niggas gonna say what they gonna say. I feel the whole.
You know, I'm like, damn, bro. All I said was I'm coming. Like,
pause.
You drawing? You drawing?
But what if I'm on my way though? All I said was I'm coming.
You just say I'm on my way. Like,
but like, you know, I would take it out in school. Like, I used to rumble a lot in school, outside of school. Like that was my thing. Like, you get what I'm saying? So
that's not to cut you out. That's crazy. I always thought that was a myth or just some shit on TV where you heard that, oh, his parents divorced, so he's acting out.
I mean, I don't see, like, I think in a moment you don't realize it. I just think in a moment that you just go through with anger.
It's your norm.
It's your norm. So more so, not even the divorce, what was going on inside the household. You get what I'm saying too. So you be pissed off and like you can't take the anger on your parents, right? So when something happened in the streets, like you go 0 to 100. Like a nigga could be like, man, Tonka, you on some dumb shit. You a bitch. Like you know what I mean, playing around. But I'm worried. I'm gonna go now.
You ready to take his head?
I'm ready. I'm gonna go. Like, what you mean I'm a bitch?
Because you mad about your household situation.
Yeah.
But that all that is subconscious though. What do you think you was going through at the time though?
I just think that
because like I said, I really thought that was a myth though. Like,
no, I just think that I couldn't be in control of my situation.
So you take it out on others.
And I was younger, right? You get what I'm saying? So I couldn't help my mom the way I wanted to help my mom, or I couldn't get through my dad the way I wanted to get to him because I was too small, I was too young. You get what I'm saying? So it took like to me literally to like when I was like 16, 17 to be like, man, it is what it is. Like I got to be my own self. I just can't let what I was going through affect me, you know.
Yeah.
And had to soul me because then around that time, you know, niggas really started to move forward with the guns too at that time too. So it's like I'm glad like my anger kind of like switched. You get what I'm saying?
I had no choice, nigga.
No, I mean, I could
have playing with guns. You like, all right, cool, bro.
I could have had a choice.
No,
listen, we all have choices, but it's what you choose to do.
You say you want some too, old man? No.
That's crazy because Debo was knocking everybody the fuck out without a gun. Like, just think about it.
Craig picked up a gun.
Craig had a gun and used it. Like, you know
and still knocked him out though.
Still knocked him out. I think he used a brick, but I don't understand how his eye wasn't on Dubs like that. But that's. That's television. That's
as far as like it affected me, mine was more so like now that I think back on it, when my dad first passed away, I felt like a sign of like relief.
Whoa.
Sound crazy, right? Let me explain. Like release, like the way my dad like raised me, it was like I used to always get my ass whooped. Like, you know, I don't know, how can I say this? Like he was like so hard on me, I guess, because like I was, you know, a young boy, you know what I mean?
So and you got glasses. He probably said, "This nigga got glasses. I won't be no bitch." So
beat that nigga ass.
No, so it was like so like when he passed away, it was kind of like a leash coming off my neck type
that's crazy.
Situation. You know what I mean? Like I guess that's the only way I can put it. So it was like, because before I used to get my ass whooped for like little shit. Like I got my ass whooped for leaving the cereal box on the table before. Like I was really outside playing football. The nigga, you know, came to the door, you know, whatever. That's another story. But when he passed away, it was like a sign of relief. It was like, all right, I ain't got to go there every weekend. Because my dad used to pick us up every weekend, me and my sister. All right, I ain't got to go there every weekend. And, you know, I can actually chill outside with my friends and do whatever I want to do. So after he passed away, it was like I no longer had like that, you know, like that person that was just.
Look, like playing devil's advocate, right? Think about this: you living with your mom 5 days out of the row in the hood, and then 2 days with him, knowing that the beast of the hood, how things go down there. You don't think he was being hard on you to prepare you what you're gonna go through, like living in those type of neighborhoods?
That can be a thing too, but also that can be, you know, maybe he, you know, as I got older, you know, my relationship with my dad is like real complicated. But as I got older, me being 29 years of age, it came with a lot of maturing and a lot of understanding. Like, I think he only did the best of what he can do or whatever tools that was provided to him. You know what I mean? So every parent ain't perfect. You feel what I'm saying? But I still got like a lot of like unanswered questions or even some beef with my dad too. So that's something I know I got to work out in therapy though. But you know, just to wrap it all up, like I really, it was just like a sign of relief. So I really started, I can say I started acting out. Well, people would say I started acting out because my dad passed away, but in a way they're half true and half false. Like, you know, I guess the way they're using it is like, oh, he's sad about his dad's death and, you know, he's taking it out on other people. Mine was, like I said, it was a sign of relief where I felt like, you know what I mean? Like I was purging, like, oh, you know, I ain't got nobody to whoop my ass no more. I ain't gonna get in trouble no more. Yeah. So I'm gonna go do what I wanted to do. That's more so what it was.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. That's probably one of the most like impactful situations like I've ever heard, to be honest. Because and it's like very powerful that you even saying that like on a platform like this, because I've never heard nobody say that before. And as you're saying it, I'm like, bro, that's super, super deep, because I could potentially relate to that if that was my situation. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't like, I think for me, like growing up, like I said, I got 13 brothers and sisters, bro. So, you know, growing up, most of my siblings are brothers. You know what I mean? And a lot of them are on my mom's side. So my mom was very, very, very rough. You know what I'm saying? Us growing up, because, you know, as I got older, you know what I mean, it's been very hard. Like even to this day, it's been very hard for me to like build a relationship with my mom because she's so aggressive. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you know, my uncle was talking to her one time and like my mom used to beat the shit out of us. Like, you know what I'm saying? On some crazy shit, bro. Like
on some DHS type shit.
Bro, I've had, bro, I'm not going to lie to you. They had DJ
Academics out here.
They had DJ Khaled. They had DHS come to the crib, bro. Me, my sister, and my brother, we had to take our clothes off and they was like taking pictures of us and shit because the lady next door, our mom beating our asses.
Now that's impactful and traumatizing.
Bro, we've been through it, bro. I don't even want to, like, I'm saying it, but like, you know what I'm saying, bro, I've been tied up, the shit beat out of me, you know what I'm saying? I remember one time my brother was crying about a field trip and she was like, y'all go to school, he staying here. Bro, that nigga came to school, lumped the fuck up. And I'm like, damn. And then my mom's, her reasoning is she didn't want to raise no bitch ass niggas. And I was like, bro, that's the totally wrong way to go about it. And then when I end up getting older and I moved with my dad, that shit didn't make it no better. You know what I'm saying? Because he is still like, you know, niggas is soft and blah, blah, blah. And it was just like,
sidebar, like, how is your relationship with your mom now?
It's better because I want it to be better. You know what I mean? And I understand, like, she's also been through a lot of traumatizing
That's what I was.
things.
That was going to be my follow-up
You know
question. Like, did you ever have a conversation with her to see how was she raised?
Yeah, she was.
Because with my dad, I never, of course he passed away. I never got old enough to want to know his past and how that, affected him.
Yeah.
But getting older, a lot of people used to tell me stories about him in the past and like different situations, and it helped me understand what type of person he was.
Yeah.
Like they told me that his, my grandpa, like his dad used to,
Beat
it used to like get bad, like to the point where I thought it was bad. He only showing me what he knew.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you one thing. Black people, we could come together with an ass whooping. I tell you,
you niggas be sitting there like, damn,
yo, you ever got your ass whooped with an extension cord before? No, but I got hit with an arm before,
bro. But you know what I think that's so crazy is that like that shit is considered normal. Like we shouldn't be able to sit here and talk about like getting whooped with a fucking extension cord. Like that's crazy when you really think about it. But don't you think at a point in the time it's just like, yo, I mean, I guess maybe like that's our generation. It's like, bro, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean?
think this generation is getting a little better with it.
Cause I'm not, bro.
That's why these
this
That's why there's some dancing, shooting ass niggas. Cause we don't whip ass somewhere. That's probably really.
I'm gonna keep it.
No, it's a difference between chastising your kid and actually physically abuse.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like it's some like it's a difference between like popping your son or whooping him. You feel what I'm saying? Whooping him with a belt, opposed to the shit that happened with you.
I think
I can't imagine that. Like,
I think what makes it worse is like, all right, like you don't. I think the thing is, when you are not beating your kid, right, you really have to listen to them and you have to understand them. They're going to give you cues. They're going to tell you things and you really have to pay attention. I feel like beating a kid, like, or our parents, like beating a kid was a way of getting out of actually listening to what the fucking problem was. You know what I mean? If you're a kid and you're going through some things and they don't fully understand it and they're like, he's acting out, so I'm going to beat his ass. You know what I mean? I don't really want to know what's going on with him because I don't really care about it. I'm going to just beat his ass.
Because what he did was wrong. I know exactly what you mean. Like, that's how my dad was. I used to get my ass whipped for shit he didn't teach me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We talked about that before.
Oh, yeah. We definitely talked about shit he didn't teach me. So
like what, bro? Like,
it was like when I don't remember nothing verbatim, though, because I'm trying to keep the shit flowing. But it's just an example. It's like, if I would have like walked up and turned the stove on and, he would have seen that, he would have came and whooped my ass, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I would have had to go in time out, whatever the case may be. But instead of correcting me or teaching me why I shouldn't turn the stove on.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Like simple shit like,
it's like if I didn't know, why the fuck am I getting chastised? I'm a kid. I'm a curious kid. I wanted to see what the fuck this do.
It's like something like, when you put food in the microwave, put a napkin over it. If you put pasta in the microwave, put a napkin over it. If you don't put a napkin over it, it's going to pop all over the place. It's going to make the fucking microwave dirty. If you never tell me that,
and I'm gonna get in trouble for you fuck the microwave up.
It's like, bro, I didn't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
But that, to me personally, like that's a part of being in a broken home. Like I said, you can still have both of your parents, but that type of disciplinary action, it creates broken homes. Because imagine how many your parents went through. They only did what their parents did to them, right? So they passed down. They passed that down, right? You get what I'm saying? So now you have black women who trying to raise like men on their own, right? Mm-hmm. So they thinking like, I can't have my son being soft on no bitch out here. So let me physically, attack him, right? Whoop him. And then you might have somewhat a dad might raising his kids and he like, I don't know how to discipline my son. This is the way I was disciplined. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna just follow suit. And I always said that when my son, like I'm not gonna I don't plan on never physically, whooping my kid, but I feel like it's like a chain effect before I get to that point. I feel like if you do something one time, like you don't punish it for a week. I'm gonna take a game, TV, something small. Like nigga, you gotta read some books now. Like that's your entertainment for the week because you was being bad.
That's what I'm talking about. Just giving them a warning. Like, did your dad do that with you?
No, man.
So that's the generational curse that you breaking.
Yeah, my dad was like real aggressive. Like the lifestyle he lived. My dad was a street nigga. So whatever he went through on the outside, out in the streets, came into the house on the inside.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like a lot of shit that. It took me like he's like, man, when he was younger, like y'all gonna understand when I get older. I do understand, but I just don't respect it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but like, I just remember like one time, like during Christmas, he had got robbed for like 7 bands.
Sheesh.
Got robbed. You know, that's a part of the game. Like, it happens, right?
Yeah.
And this nigga, I was on dub. Like, Brian, you know me. Like, I laugh at anything. I don't give a fuck if it's happening to me.
Yo, not you laughing at that nigga.
No, I'm dead serious. Like, I laugh at me. Like, if I get fucked up, like, that's just who I am, right? So.
You ain't laugh to his face, though.
No, bro, he's coming down the steps with him and my mom. Like, you know, my mom trying to console him and shit. This nigga, I was on dubs. Like, I'm sitting on the floor with hot chocolate. Now, it's a wooden floor. It's not carpet, nigga. Like, it's a wooden floor. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting on the couch. You know what I mean? Even though we had like some nice ass leather couches too. Like, so if I would have spilled it on the leather couch, you could have wiped it off. Like, it don't matter. I'm on the floor. He coming down the steps and he like kind of like grilled me, but he only had one good eye. Like, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause the other eye, it was so black that it had like the moles sticking out. You know your shit fucked up when you got like the moles on your eyes. Like, you know your shit fucked up. He looked at me and then I kind of like smirked, but he laughed. So I heard him try to drink drink my hot chocolate.
Fuck you.
No, this nigga came downstairs, got straight on deck. He didn't even say. He said, "Puss, why the fuck you drinking hot chocolate on my in the living room floor?" And first he kicked me. I'm sitting on the floor, right?
Damn.
He kicked the shit out, like boom, and then he would have go. So I kind of leaned like this over.
Yeah.
To go punch me. When he would have go punch me, his wrist kind of bent like on my stomach, and it's funny to me because he's like, "Damn, Pinky, get me a boot, get me a boot." So now he looking for a weapon because. He didn't hurt me. He hurt himself and shit like that.
And you laughing the whole time.
That's the worst.
But it was funny because I'm like, nigga, I'm getting my ass whipped for drinking hot cocoa on the floor, nigga. Like, no, like that's not a reason to get my ass whipped. The reason should have been, yo, son, get up, go drink it in the kitchen. Don't make no mess. Now, if you'd have said that to me, and I looked down like, yeah, okay, and still kept drinking it right there, then you could have maybe took a different approach.
Some force.
Yeah, or you could have just grabbed my shit, nigga, and just go sit right there. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it just different ways how things go.
He was upset.
He was pissed off. He wasn't mad. He was mad at me that the nigga that fucked his eye up. That's what I was talking about earlier about control, right? I didn't have no control over that situation. You get what I'm saying? I feel like my dad didn't have no control of what happened to him. And he looking at kids that I gotta still have Christmas for. You get what I'm saying? So now, like, what can he do? He frustrated. I mean, he trying to get back. And then he coming down the steps, and then you got a nigga like me smirking and shit. So that pissed him off. Like, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but like,
that's
that probably that anger probably was taken out on you, but it really wanted to be taken out on the person that did that to him. Yeah. And
then they come down in that cycle. I get fucked up. I'm mad. I can't beat him. So my friends
you gonna go outside and
then we could be chilling playing the game. I start losing and I like pussy fight me then or I cap him while we playing the game.
Bro, see then you know what's crazy. The worst situation is like,
yo, why you capping somebody in the middle of play? I can picture just playing 2K.
I used to torture my little brother like that. Like, nigga, you bet I win. Like,
I wanted to bring this up like when you initially asked me the question. I low key was soft as shit when I was growing up. But when I was younger. Because, bro, I think it was just so, like, your parents beating the shit out of you, you can't do nothing back. Yep. You know what I mean? It's just like, this person is beating me the fuck up every day, all day. Like, I had a bully when I was a kid. This nigga was fighting me all the time, but he was acting like my friend. I was so fucking confused.
That sound like me.
Niggas
that sound like me, yeah.
Hey, you might be. What school you went to, cuz?
I remember the face because a lot of my friends, I still hang with them. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's just like.
You don't think they ever want to tee off on you just randomly?
Man, they probably do. Like, I mean, they ain't, none of my homies is bitches. Like, you gotta. Bro, when you aggressive when you were a kid, everybody ain't aggressive.
So, what are the advantages and disadvantages of being raised in a broken home? The pros and the cons, though, because there's always something.
Double Christmas.
Double Christmas, yeah.
Nah, I think the biggest one for me was just like, being able to see like how your parents interact with other people. You know what I mean? Like, I watched my dad interact with my stepmom and all the women that he was dealing with. And it kind of like gave me like a sensibility like, okay, I don't want to be like this type of person, or I don't want to do this, or I don't want to treat people like this, and I don't want to do that. And the same thing with my mom. Like, I see my mom, like, you know, how guys treated her and the things that happened to her. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to be that type of guy. You know what I mean? So,
but you call it advantage or disadvantage?
I think honestly, it's a little bit of both, to be honest.
You don't think your parents can be together and you can still see that?
No, because they're also seeing other people intimately. You know what I mean? Like,
can't you see your mom and your dad intimately though?
Well, I think it kind of gives you one perspective.
Oh, okay.
Unless they cheaters.
Yeah, I mean,
honest,
but I'm gonna be honest. If your parents cheating around you, that's kind of fucked up.
So, what's the advantages and disadvantages of that situation?
I think the advantage of seeing my mom and dad in the same household together, even though it was toxic, I see that 2-parent households technically can still be effective in some way, right?
Mm-hmm.
I also learned about gender roles, like how my mom never took trash out, but that was the boy's job, and my dad, I never had to touch. I never had to wash the dish for real. If my mom was home, my mom would do that. My mom literally used to wash 3 men, my dad clothes and her 3 boys' clothes, and fold them.
Mm-hmm.
Every single last one of them. Like, you get what I'm saying? So then I watched my dad pay everything in the house from head to toe. Like, you get what I'm saying? I watched my dad take my mom on shopping sprees and take us on paying for everything. And my mama never had to come out of her pocket. You get what I'm saying? So that's like the good from that. I could see that. So when I had my household, that's how I'm gonna run it.
I was gonna ask you, like, how do you? I'm sorry to jump in, but I was gonna ask you, how do you feel about like more of those ambiguous roles where, like, because it's kind of inevitable, you know what I mean, and it's kind of happening where women are doing, like a woman is like, nigga, I'll take out the trash. Like, who the fuck?
You talking about these strong, independent women they got out here?
No, I'm not even talking about strong, independent women. I'm like, that's just regular chicks, bro. Regular chicks will do that shit.
Yeah, somebody, you could be in a relationship with a girl, she could take out the trash, but
that can be a disadvantage or even an advantage of their broken home or how they was raised too.
Yeah, because
like how you was raised and how I was raised, like you said, like I was raised that men got to take out the trash. You know what I mean? Even in my household right now with my family, like I'm around all girls. They don't touch the trash. They know that. So those girls that you're talking about is those girls that like. That probably didn't have that in their household. They probably didn't mind. They probably seen their mom taking out the trash, or even didn't mind it, or even didn't have the father or the male in the household, probably brother or something that don't even know that rule. What parent did you gravitate to more when you was younger?
Yeah, I'm a mama's boy.
And
man.
why?
Shout out to Binky. Like I love my mom to death. Like no matter what she did, went through. I think because my dad always told me protect your mom, love your mom. Like you know what I mean. So. And then I guess that feeling as a sense of a man, growing to be a man, that I always wanted to change her life for the better.
The parent I gravitated to the most was my mom. I was a mama's boy too. But I always felt as though like my mom saved me from my dad a lot of the times. It was times where, back in the day at the school I went to, you got detention or you got suspension or whatever. You had to take that slip home and get it signed. So
that's old school shit.
Yeah, you gotta get that shit signed. Like, so it was times where I took it home, and then I get my mom to sign it. Generational curse. My mom used to drink every Friday, every single Friday. She used to get drunk with my Aunt Betty, rest in peace. So
there's nothing wrong with that.
So I used to always I get a detention on Tuesday.
Friday.
I'll hold that shit until Friday. On Friday, you could tell her anything.
Yeah.
Friday, you could bring her anything, and she ain't give a fuck. So I used to always bring her my detention slips on Friday. She used to just be like, you always getting in trouble, and then just sign some bullshit.
Go on ahead.
Then Saturday morning, she'll forget about the whole shit. So.
Yeah.
But, she never told my dad about it. But it was one job. I think I got detention like 3 or 4 times in a week. And then she ended up telling that. She had to tell her. I respect it now.
Yeah.
My dad came down and
his business.
Chased me around the house. Like, that was before I was wearing glasses.
I'm going to keep saying that just to say it smart.
Chased me around the house. But I don't know. Just to tie back in, I just feel like my mom saved me from him. I was the mama's boy. So.
That's real, though.
I gravitated to her more. What about you?
But I think for me personally, I didn't gravitate to either one of them. I was always kind of like by myself to myself. I didn't really indulge in him, and I didn't indulge in her because I felt like growing up, you know what I'm saying, no slight to my parents, but it was just like, I just kind of felt like they could never relate to me. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad.
What did you feel like you was going through back then?
Bro, my dad was a real street nigga, bro.
Yeah.
My dad he was shooting at niggas. He got, you know what I'm saying? He be kidnapped. My dad was a real street nigga. My mom, she was out here. You know what I'm saying?
So this not to cut you off, but this for the people that's listening to street niggas. Like, you get what I'm saying? My dad was one, his dad was one. And the things that you go through as a kid, like, you know what I mean? Imagine the ones that lose their father to gun violence.
Yeah, bro.
At a young age.
Mm-hmm.
Or the dad didn't get the chance to come back out of jail. That's still doing life in there.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I think, like, my thing is, like, I see I don't want to say I'm gravitated to my dad because he fucked that up. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, it's like, oh, I'm finna come get y'all this week. Nigga never show up. And it's like,
oh, you had one of those, like,
yeah, bro. But it was cliche. Like all the time. But it was all the time. You know what I'm saying? But when the nigga when it was time to come whoop some ass, that nigga was there. Like when it's time to whoop some ass,
let's come outside.
But and I think that really fucked it up. And then like my mom just being kind of like, I would say abusive on her end, that kind of fucked it up. So I didn't really like, I just stayed to myself, bro. And it was like, I had a rough growing up, bro. Like my, Yeah.
What made you turn out so different from your siblings though?
Cause I'm a natural born hustler, bro. That's
because, I used, for people that don't know, I used to work with him, at my old job at Ubik though. And you was like, always like, the dirtiest one. He
was waiting to say some shit like that.
He was, bro. And you know what's crazy?
He was the dirtiest one that came in. Like, you come in like, yo, this is my brother. I'm looking like, bro, that's not your brother, bro. You lying.
Bro, you know what's crazy? I thought that was going to hit a little harder. It didn't. You can save that, John. I thought it was going to hit a little harder, but
I got this nigga Kyle on the show. I got it.
Yeah, nah, absolutely not, bro. Absolutely not.
But serious though, like,
nah, bro. I think what made me different is that I just had a different type of drive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a twin brother, and it's like, it's so funny because we're like day and night. But
we're identical twin or fraternal twin?
Yeah. You got something you want to say? I thought you were going to come out.
No, because
hey man, you missed the first one.
Oh my god,
you missed the first one.
Like for the people who didn't know, is it identical? Like is it a nigga out there that look exactly like this nigga, or like that's all? I just wanted, just a visual for the
no, bro. But the thing about it is, like, we're like night and day, bro. Like, we're totally different. But the one skill that we both have is like, we're very captivating. Like, when it comes to people, bro, like, it's easy. You know what I'm saying? It's super, super easy. My dad, seeing him, I didn't really see him sell drugs, you know what I'm saying? But I knew that's what he did. And then I also seen my mom, like, on the bed counting money, and she's struggling. You know what I mean, bro? When I was a kid, bro, like, I had to, like, my mom had to, like, take us from shelter to shelter. I remember the shit, like, it was fucking crazy, bro. Yeah. Like, living in a shelter, you and your brothers in a room. And I remember we used to have to drink Pedialyte because we didn't really have food like that. So we had to drink.
That's the wild. So you keep all your bags of clothes with you, motherfucker. Can steal your clothes when you leave outside. Like,
bro, shit.
Y'all used to drink Pedialyte for dinner?
Nah, they had like food every here and there, but like in order so we didn't get super, super skinny, we drank that shit. And I remember I like the strawberry.
And them joints hit anyway though.
Wait, y'all used to get those little government lunches too, right? That came in a black. Sure. Oh, you know what I'm talking about? That came in a black plastic.
Nigga used to be at the sex playground grade on freebies too, nigga.
Freebies, yeah.
Bro, the whole hood was lined up out there.
The crazy thick ass fucking
the big ass black
turkey
container.
breast.
Yo, they got the motherfucking chicken salad or the tuna salad. That shit was nasty.
No, the coleslaw. That was that shit that they always think. Well, go ahead.
The crazy, I think
they got ghetto real fast.
Nah, but I just remember that shit, bro. Like, I remember us being in that John, and you got like the way that it was set up. It was like, yo, there's one room here, there's another room here, but y'all both share the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? So the bathroom is two-way bathroom, and what kids used to do is they used to come to our window. And they used to throw eggs in our room. I swear to God, bro, I can't make this up, bro. They used to throw eggs through the window. Like, it didn't matter, like, who went. They just was throwing eggs through the window. I remember one time I was standing in the window, and I just seen a fucking brick just come through the window and almost hit me in the feet. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Why kids used to bully y'all like that?
No, it wasn't bullying us. We just lived in a building where people fucked. They didn't, you know what I'm saying? They didn't know
bullying, bro.
They don't know who. They don't know who live in there. They just fucking everybody's shit up, being terrorizers. You know what I'm saying?
Kids.
But with that being said, I think
no, I ain't gonna lie. I thought you was about to go some roast. I thought you was saying, with the bathroom. I thought somebody threw an egg. It was taking a shit. So I thought the story was about to go there.
No, bro.
I'm like, nigga, why your bathroom that open?
It's not open. It's like a two-way bathroom. It's like
but the way you lied that story up.
Yeah. No, I was a little.
That's why I started laughing when you said it.
No, I was a little all over the place. But like, I seen my mom struggle with that type of shit, and I remember like, nah, bro, I can't grow up like that. And you know what I'm saying? My mom, she didn't graduate like school and shit like that. Neither did my dad, but my dad was getting money. So I was just like, bro, you know what, bro? That's what I like to do. I like to fucking go around and do shit. You know what I mean? Like, I remember, bro, I was like fucking 10 and I had like $100 from shoveling snow. You know what I'm saying? I bought whatever the fuck I wanted to buy.
Probably got that from your pop.
That's how it impacted me. You know what I'm saying? But it's like there's also some really negative shit that I get from my pop that I'm like trying to rewrite. You know what I mean? And it's like,
what is it?
I mean, bro, it's just a lot of shit. Like, especially like how I deal with women. I think it's fucked up. You know what I mean? And it's just like I seen him. Like, I don't have no reference point of how to deal with women. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't been in a real relation. My first relationship was in my adulthood. I wasn't in no relationships in high school or college. I mean, yeah, college, I guess. I didn't go to college, but none of those like times.
The college area of your life.
Yeah, the college area of my life. I wasn't never in no relationship. So it's like, I don't really know how to do things. Even right now, I still fuck up all the time.
Keep it real, because you wasn't getting no bitches back then.
Nigga, please.
That's the second time.
He said I ain't really got no experience.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I didn't get bitches until like high school. I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah, I didn't get bitches until high school.
Bro, I remember I went to
the
high school I went to the first time. I remember the first time a chick ever called me cute. I was like, oh shit, all right, cool. We gonna keep it rocking.
That bitch wore glasses, didn't she?
Nah, she did not.
He felt stamped that day.
I definitely did feel stamped.
He felt stamped.
She was like, oh yeah, he is cute. I'm like, all right.
You start smiling and shit.
Like, yeah. But you know
how it was. You was doing your work and you just heard it say it.
No, I was walking,
like you ain't here.
I was walking up. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. I was walking up the steps because they had like a double stairway. I was walking up the steps and she turned around and looked at me and she was like, "Oh yeah, he is cute." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" You know what I'm saying?
And you act like you ain't here. You try to be cool. You did the walk off.
Because I can't act like I'm cool. I ain't never been in that position before, so I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Like, but you know, it is what it is, man. I think. Yeah,
I'm about to say like one thing I learned though, but I couldn't fight it is that you are like your parents, like you know what I mean, DNA genetically, like you are who they are, like you get what I'm saying. So that's why like my little brother, but he don't do no drugs at all. Nigga won't even attempt to do a drug, like, and his whole lifespan, like where other people might try it, he's like, man, I'm not fucking with it. Good, you get what I'm saying? And then like my anger issues came from my pop, like you get what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I learned how he was as a kid. He was always mean like that too, like and aggressive and shit.
No,
like
I know exactly what you mean. I can say I agree to that because I hear it a lot too. Yeah. I don't necessarily agree with it myself, but you know, I had to have a conversation with my mom though, because like everything I told you, I got this weird relationship with my dad that got to be mended, and the only way it can be mended is therapy because he passed away. But me seeing how he treated my mom and stuff growing up. My mom used to always like every time I did something or didn't do something or whatever the case may be, my mom used to like always say that, oh, you just like my dad named Donald. You just like Donald. Da, da, da. Everything I do, you just like Donald. You just like Donald. And I didn't know how to feel about that because I feel like I only seen the bad shit.
Right.
And not the good, right.
And not more so the good. Like, you know what I mean? So that was always an insult. She'll say it in a joking manner one day. She probably mean it as a compliment. Like, oh, you funny, you just like your dad. But the times where I know she's mad at me and she say that shit, like, so all around, I just didn't know how to separate the two. Mm. So I say all to say, maybe I do got some of his traits that I didn't, you know, that I.
You come from him. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, definitely do, though. I mean, I don't even know him, but I know that feeling. It's like, once you really, like, I guess, like, I think with my dad, like, I've seen him in a lot of different lights. You know what I mean? I've seen him in all of his elements. You know what I mean? And it's just like, damn, like, I'll be in a situation, I'll be like, fuck, I just did the same shit he would probably do.
Me and him had like a real heart to heart, like about 2-3 weeks ago, about how I was younger right now. And this crazy thing about it, I knew for then in 14 years of my life, right? But he didn't know this side of me. By the time he started to meet me, it was like I was more so chill, and it just more for mature. More mature. For me, it's like I start believing in God more. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I really start believing in God more, and I just start like realizing like I don't have to be that person because it was more so that's like how my father would react in certain situations. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So I feel as though that makes you less of a man if you can't control your emotions.
Yeah.
In any situation. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I think a lot of these young niggas need that too. Like, if you can't control your emotions, that's 25 to 50.
Absolutely.
On any given day. Or that's your mom or somebody bearing you 6 feet under because you upset in the moment. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I had learned how to deal with shit more so like take a step back, you know, take a deep breath and really think like do I got to cross this line?
Is it worth it?
Do I got to cross this line? Because like I always say, if I got to cross this line, I'm ready for whatever comes behind it.
Yeah. My little brother is kind of like a mixture of you and you. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't young when their dad died. You know what I mean? We were a little older. But their dad had passed away and he has an anger problem. And it's like, I think he now has to like compartmentalize it with himself because he can't go talk to his dad. He can't go talk to nobody. And it's like, in my opinion, he's kind of lost. You know what I mean?
That's the worst feeling. Like having, I ain't gonna say beef, but having like some disagreements or some shit that you want, like, yo, remember that time that, like explain that. Like, you know, when you get older, like having those questions for somebody that's dead now. That comes out in different ways.
You saying that too is like really was like punching home with me because, you know, my dad is still alive. Yeah, I don't fuck with that nigga. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just because like I see the flaws in his ways, and it's like, to me, any man that has kids and don't stick around for them and is not holding them down is a bitch.
Isn't that ass nigga?
That's I don't care about how many niggas you kill. I don't care how many bricks you sold. I don't care about what you did. Yeah. That is like, when you create life in this world, bro, you gotta be there. Like, it don't matter. It don't matter, bro. I don't care how ugly the shorty is you done had the kid with, how crazy she is, but you gotta be there.
That's crazy because kids literally come from a nigga try to bust a nut. I'm trying to get some pussy, and a pussy leads to you being a father.
But it's like, there's so many precautions that you can take so that doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
That's true too.
You in your mind, I'll never.
Yeah, a nigga get a girl pregnant and get mad at her like, oh my God, bitch.
You knew what was gonna happen.
Like, she did it.
Like, you knew what was gonna happen. I mean, well, I think a lot of dudes get mad because they know women have the ultimate. Like,
they have the control.
They get mad at like damn bitch, why you do that? I got a lot on my mind. Like, what the fuck you told me?
Well, you should have just wrapped it up, cuz like.